Hey guys, I'm here and today I am filming my Where I Buy My K-Pop Stuff 2018 edition. I don't know if I ever did one for 2017. I know I did one for 2016, but I will link my most recent one up above right now in case you want to compare. But I've kind of been wanting to tell you guys why I stopped using some stores recently, so this is not only going to be a where I buy my stuff from, it's also going to be a where I stopped buying stuff from video. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So I want to get the big obvious ones out of the way. If you regularly watch my channel, you know that I buy from these stores. So the first store that I love and feel like whenever I shop anywhere else I'm disappointed is CATCHOP. I've never been disappointed packaging wise or with the albums I've received from CATCHOP, and when things have happened, they've been super understanding and their communication has been incredible, and I've just never really had any complaints about them, to be honest. My only thing is that they do run out of items quickly, so I feel like if I'm trying to put a package together, which is what I do most of the time, I'll put like 5 or 6 albums in the same package. We'll want to buy this album, say that came out like 3 days ago, but I was waiting for this other release that was coming out today, and I go to make the package. Every once in a while, that album that I wanted from 2 days ago is now out of stock because it's a popular album and a lot of people went and bought it. I feel like if CATCHOP gets their like stock in order and like buys more albums per release, that they won't have this problem anymore and they'll be the perfect K-pop shop. Well, as perfect as it can get. Another one that I use pretty regularly is Buyee, and I love Buyee not just because I am a partner with them, but even before I was a partner with them, I have always really liked Buyee, and I've always found their site super easy to navigate and to buy items from. My last Buyee haul, I want to clarify because I did find out later that my Super, which is now like all messed up because I was like digging through it and sending photos. This is a legit item, it's just not in its original packaging, which is what threw me off. And the sticker that I got, which I'm not sure where it is right now, I think it's in my binder, is actually an official item. It's just not the official item that I thought it was. Confusing, but definitely my fault. So all the items that I've ever purchased from Buyee have been official, and if I've ever purchased any unofficial items from Buyee, which I don't remember if I have, I've known they've been unofficial. So other sites that I use pretty regularly is I've been using Amazon Prime lately, which is amazing because when I first got into K-pop, Amazon like was still kind of an up-and-coming thing, like the Amazon Prime part of it at least, I feel like. And I was like, I never would have thought that I'd be able to Amazon Prime albums, but when I bought my 8 Infinite albums, that was the last one I ordered, Amazon Prime, because I have Amazon Prime, the first one that arrived. So that was amazing to get an album in 2 days from Amazon, but I did order it after it had been released for a couple of days. So yeah, so it was like already at the warehouse. It wasn't like I pre-ordered it from there. I also use K-pop Town quite a bit. I've been using them mostly for when I want to buy albums from multiple places. I'll use K-pop Town. I've recently gone back to K-pop Mart for Sunggyu's album, pre-ordering wise. There are some albums I want to pre-order like really bad, and there are some that I just don't really care about and wait for CATCHOP, but limited edition Infinite things are things that I do not mess around with. And also when any of my Ultimates make comebacks, I like to have their albums pre-ordered. It makes me feel better about it. I can't even imagine if I hadn't ordered Sungyu's album the night that I went up for pre-orders. I ordered from K-pop Mart for Sungyu's album, which I'm so glad I did because Sungyu's album is really hard to find now, the limited edition at least, and did not want to mess around with fighting for CATCHOP's limited order of those. K-pop Town I've been using, they've been okay. I only ever use K-pop Town or K-pop Mart when I'm EMSing albums because they're usually Ultimate albums. I've never messed around with their other, well, I won't say never, but recently I have not messed around with any of their other tracking methods. For CATCHOP I usually use DHL, which is okay, but when I changed mailboxes across town, DHL delivers there later than they used to at my other place, so now I'm just spoiled, honestly, and I'm just like, what do you mean I have to wait till 5 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock? Like, relax. Like, I need to relax. This is kind of where I'm going to get into the places I'm not going to buy from anymore, and that is Music Plaza. This is one of the things I'm wanting to talk about lately. Oh my gosh. Music Plaza, I've never actually shopped at their online store. For those of you who don't know, it's a US based K-pop shop in California. They have a website and then they also have an eBay store, and I've only ever bought from their eBay store, but the past couple of times that I have bought from their eBay store, I've been like really disappointed. The last time I bought from their eBay store was for Junghyun's Poet Artist album. I kind of bought that knowing it would take a couple extra days to get to the US and then they would ship it to me, but honestly I feel like I wasn't paying for EMS. I was paying for EMS for that, and because I really just wanted to get my copy. I was worried about how many copies there were going to be and all that stuff, so I was like, I really just want to have my copy. And I feel like it wasn't just me, because I had a couple other friends also buy from Music Plaza's eBay store, and I feel like all of us were like chatting and being like, what is going on with Music Plaza? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, why are we waiting so long for albums that like they obviously didn't order enough? I like ordered it I ordered it the day it went up for pre-orders from Music Plaza's eBay store, and I feel like I was one of the last people to get their copy in the mail who ordered from Music Plaza, and I was like, that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know what, like, if their online store is actually better, like the online store. I know that they also have a physical store maybe, which obviously would be better if you could walk in and grab an album and whatever, but I just thought it was really ridiculous, and it was like the second or third time that I felt like that had happened to me, so I was like, well, I think I'm done here. Like, there's so many stores, like, I just don't need to waste my time. I also remember it being more expensive other stores too, so I kind of was paying the price for it being in the US, but I felt like I wasn't getting super quick. But I do use eBay for other shops. I use Korean shops if I'm ordering albums. I also will sometimes buy, like, I have a LOOPΔ Haul coming up, and I bought a couple of those albums from US sellers. My only advice with eBay is basically my same advice for buying on Buyee, is like, go for people that have nicely lit photos, and there's lots in the description, and you just feel like this is a legit item. Like, you just look through it and you're like, I feel like it's pretty legit. Like, that's literally all I do. I just go with my gut, and if I'm like, this looks off, then I just don't mess with it and I go somewhere else. I've also been trying out ZENMARKET lately, and I have not like sent an album or a package to me yet, so I think I'm gonna do a more in-depth review of ZENMARKET when I get that package in. But I'm trying it out because a lot of my friends do ZENMARKET hauls, and I'm just really curious about it. I'm trying out ZENMARKET, don't know how I feel about it yet, but I will definitely do a full-on review when I get my ZENMARKET package in the mail, which I haven't even shipped it yet, so I don't know when that'll be. Maybe it'll be sometime in March, I'm not sure. So I think that's it for stores that I buy from right now. Let's go into stores that I've decided to stop buying from. The first one I want to talk about is K-Town For You, and I've been wanting to tell this story for so long and I just have not had a chance to. If you are friends with me on Facebook, you already know this story, but it's been months since this happened, so I'm sure you've forgotten, so we can just go over it again. When Super Junior released their Play album and Monsta X released The Code album, I pre-ordered both of them. They were coming out a day apart. I put them in their own packages. I bought 6 copies of Super Junior and 4 copies of Monsta X. Man, that was an expensive time in my life. I bought both packages from K-Town For You. And that was because they were one of the first stores to list it. They didn't have as many people buying from it, and that's another thing I look at when I'm pre-ordering, is how many people have purchased this album in front of me, how many people am I going to be behind, am I going to get my album quicker than other people. I know that's like a lot of thought to go into things, and I don't really, it's normally not that deep for normal groups, but for Super Junior's first comeback in 2 years and Monsta X's first comeback as my ultimate, I was like, this is important, okay? Both of my packages took forever to arrive. I bought 17's album, their Teenage album, all 4 copies of that. Oh my gosh, an expensive time in my life. I think I bought something else in that package, and I bought it from CATCHOP City later on because 17 and Super Junior came out the same day. I bought it later, but I pre-ordered EMS, highest level of EMS, super expensive time in my life, from K-Town For You for both Monsta X and Super Junior. Guess which package arrived first? My 17 CATCHOP City package. I was so bad. I did order 17's albums with DHL shipping, and like I've said before, sometimes DHL is faster than EMS, and I just was really mad about the whole shipping problem. I felt like my albums were taking forever to ship, and I thought they were taking forever to get to me, and I wanted to unbox the albums like super fast because like they're my ultimates, and I feel like you guys expect like super quick unboxings. And also it's not just like for you guys, like it totally like partially is, but when my ultimates release an album, I need that album like right away. Like that's just the kind of person I am. I need it. I need to listen to the songs. I won't download B-sides until I have the physical album in my hands, and the sooner that can happen, the better. I just remember getting a tracking update from my EMS thing and from my CATCHOP CD package on the same time, and my CATCHOP CD package was like, oh, it'll be here tomorrow, and my Super Junior package was like, which tomorrow I think was like Saturday or something, and my Super Junior and Monsta X albums were scheduled for Tuesday. Pre-ordered these and I bought these way before, and so I was already kind of annoyed with that. This was when I was using my old mailbox system, and I really just, if you don't know that story, you don't follow me on Twitter, but I basically hated every single employee that worked there. I thought they were all super irresponsible and super unprofessional, and they just messed up so many things for me. My albums finally arrived in the mail. I think they ended up arriving on Monday instead of Tuesday, so I was kind of like, okay, like, I remember going to pick them up because I was like, I gotta get these albums. I came home from work, I was like, oh my gosh, here they come. One of the employees, the one that like always questioned why I was getting things from Korea, super curious man, he was always like, oh, have you ever been there? Oh, you have friends there? I was like, leave me alone. But he was like, so you got these 3 packages in the mail. One was CATCHOP CD. I didn't picking that one up because I was like, my other ones are arriving on Monday and I don't want to go there 2 days in a row because I hate it there. So I was like, I'll just pick all the packages up at the same time. And he was like, well, this one of them is just like kind of damaged, and this other one of your 3 packages is like really damaged, but we promise it wasn't us, like it came to us like this, which like I believe them for that. They had never like damaged my packages on like I'd never seen them damage a package before, so I believed them when they were like, it wasn't us. I got these packages, and I will try to find pictures and post them here on my from my Facebook, but oh my gosh, I think it was my Monsta X one was like completely open. So not only, which is probably the United States Post Office's fault, but also it just kind of added on to the aggravation of the shipping shouldn't have taken this long. I paid for EMS and I felt like I wasn't getting EMS, all this stuff. My super long story of why I don't want to use K-Town for you for the time being. I'm sure I'll try them out again eventually, but for right now I just need a break. Other stores I've stopped using recently are Yesasia and CD Japan, and the reason I've stopped using those is because Yesasia I feel like is just expensive. Like I feel like it's just super expensive, and honestly the price of it isn't worth it to me when I could buy the same album on CATCHOP CD, because Yesasia is located in China, so albums from Korea gotta go to China and then they gotta go to you. It's the same thing as Music Plaza, like it's just too many steps for me. I want it to be simple. Store in Korea gets it, they send it to me in the United States. And CD Japan, I just haven't been buying Japanese things new recently. A-Pink Japanese things. I've bought a couple Super Junior Japanese things, but the last couple things were elf only, and you can't get elf only in normal stores. And Monsta X, but Monsta X I don't trust because I collect Wano so thoroughly. I just don't want to trade Japanese Monsta X photo cards. And A-Pink, their CD plates for a while were random. I don't know if they're still random, but the photo cards were random, at least in them, and so I like to buy Mommy's CD plate with Mommy's photo card on Buyee the day after it comes out. It makes me feel better. So yeah, that was a really long video. I was not expecting it to be that long, but that is basically the stores that I've been using in 2018 and most of 2017. I don't know if I did one in 2017. I really don't think I did. I'm trying to think of when I would have had a chance to do it, and I like didn't really have a chance to do it in 2017. I feel like that is it for this video. Let me know what kind of stores you use down below. I'll also leave a list of some of my favorite eBay sellers that aren't Music Plaza. down below. Let me know what stores that you use to buy your K-pop albums, or if there's a store near you. It's like my dream to go to a K-pop store and buy an album in a K-pop store. I've never done that before, and I really, really want to. So yeah, all my East Coast friends, let's plan a weekend where I go to your town and buy albums from a K-pop store, because there's none here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!